Okay, so I have her outfits up. And I have to say, like, they were invited to Nigeria. They didn't just show up, they didn't make any, demands. Like, they were invited and came to Nigeria. Yes, Meghan is 43% Nigerian, I believe, okay? They had a very warm welcome, none of which cost the British taxpayers any money in this tour, yet somehow they're still mad. They're still mad because this couple, I feel like anything that they do just shows up what they wish William and Kate could be. Charisma wise, public speaking wise, warmth, like relatability, personality, all of those things, because you have to be some type of charismatic to do what they do. Um, and I saw people anytime, Harry's out and whatnot, I'm not hearing boos, I'm not hearing jeers, none of that. So, like, in the real world, I don't feel like people are all the way feeling like we see online, or at least they don't have balls enough to do it in public. They just want to do it on Twitter. So, and their reception in Nigeria was wonderful. Everybody was smiling, taking pictures. Meghan looked beautiful in all of her fits, styled by her, hair, makeup, and her outfits. So she had about 8 main looks. I would say my favorite are this one here. That dress I thought was really, really pretty. And then, yeah, this one here. I don't know if you can see it. I thought that one was really pretty. And I love the rewear. This is the dress she wore the pregnancy announcement photo shoot that they tried to claim was doctored after it was found out that William and Kate were doctoring their photos. They just try so much. So I really liked that one. And then I really liked, I believe this was like a polo event, this little silk dress. That was really cute. So, I mean, the girl in all of this is probably sold out. They went and got umpteen gifts from people. I hope that they're flying private back because, like, my goodness. Meghan did miss Mother's Day because she was in Nigeria, so I'm sure they were eager to get back and spend that time with their little kiddos. But I just feel like it comes off natural for them. They don't have to try hard. Meghan is a natural in this role. Why am I seeing articles that are saying, oh, they should come back? The Telegraph. I never thought I'd say this, but it's time to bring Prince Harry home. Are you effing kidding me? After all that shit y'all talk, oh, it's time to bring Prince Harry home. Well, they're a package deal. They're married, they got kids. He ain't coming if she ain't coming. And if y'all ain't gonna act right over there, then she's not gonna come. She used the UK as a stopover to meet up with Harry, and then they can continue on to go to Nigeria. Stopover, pit stop, okay? No, absolutely not. There was another one, and of course people did their whole exclusive and behind the scenes and whatnot. Let me see if there's anything interesting in here. Behind the scenes in Africa with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were really happy exclusive. Yeah, that dress is really pretty. And people to try to like deny that Meghan is like not this beautiful girl, and you know that she is, and that's why a lot of people are mad. They're just talking about the events and everything. Nothing too interesting. But yeah. And then I see the Mirror wants to say King Charles taking steps to stop the Commonwealth inviting Meghan and Harry to visit, claims expert. How you gonna stop? Do you know how petty that would be? It was already petty that you let your son come and go from his home country and decided not to see him because y'all had events going on a few miles away from each other. Then proceeded to take and give William this military role on the same day. Just petty, petty, petty boots. And doing that would show how mad y'all really are. Like, you don't want to act that bothered. You really don't want to act that bothered. Tina Brown, there is a hairy-shaped hole in the monarchy. And this is, I guess she was on BBC. Journalist and editor Tina Brown says we need Harry and Meghan, but that she worries the rift between them and the rest of the royal family could be permanent. Yeah, probably. This is Tina talking on the BBC. Oh, y'all want Harry back now? It's not working out. Oh, I thought this was cute. They were dancing and playing music, and Meghan's over here jamming, dancing, moving her shoulders and shit. Exactly. Show the flavor. Like, who doesn't want to break out and dance? And they were really jamming too. You can't help but move your shoulders a little bit. Like, this is what we want to see. Like, realness. A real person. Like, it's just a mess. And then this Angela, what is her name? Angela Levin. And then Nana. They hate Meghan in a way that I'm just like, y'all secretly love her and want to be her. Like, you want to be in her skin, because there is no way this woman has done absolutely nothing to you. And they're talking about, oh, how she's dressed inappropriately and this, that, and another. But what about when Kate popped out, one of her last, like, you know, big events before shit went awry? She popped out, stepped out the car with like all this thigh showing. She's in like this red cape dress suit with the hat tilt, no tights, flash and everything as she's getting out of the car. And I'm just like, so that's appropriate. And no one's saying anything about that, but Meghan's outfits, because she had her back out, is inappropriate. She's not a working royal anymore, so really any of that protocol she does not have to abide by. She could sign her name, she can give signatures, she can do all of that shit. But these women, I'm just like,
Harry, he's back for a short while.
are y'all for real? Is the check that good?
Harry, he's back for a short while.
It's been awful.
Yeah.
I think
It's been awful. Has it truly been? He's been rude to his father, but his father has been completely... I understand Charles has cancer, okay? But typically when people get a disease that makes you think about your mortality in that way, you want to correct things. You want to make things right. You want to come to terms with shit. And his family is in a disarray. And it's just like, I don't get, how are you good? Your son comes to his home country and y'all are a few miles away and just cannot even have a brief stopover of a moment, 30 seconds to meet up. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe that.
You know, Victor's games to just make him more famous and make him more money. I think it's absolutely terrible. And I've been watching today he and Meghan out in Africa, and I could barely believe my eyes, really.
You couldn't.
It's so phony and awful. And
You are phony and awful.
Really what clothes people wear. But if you go to
You wish you could fit it, Angela.
A very quiet school that is a religious one of Muslims, you don't
Nobody seemed affected by how Meghan was dressing. Well, you're upset because you couldn't get your back out. Nobody wants to see your back out, Angela. Okay, that is why you're salty. Because you wouldn't dare and couldn't dare wear a dress with your back out. So don't hate because Meghan can wear a dress with her back out. That's a personal issue, Angela. Truly personal.
Your
And
shoulders.
the reason why I feel like I can be a bitch to Angela is because I feel like Angela's being a bitch to Meghan for no reason. And continues, and continues, and continues, and makes money off of it. So it's fair game. And she can't, I've seen her go on other news stations where they like call her out on her shit and she can't handle it. She'll walk away. She'll leave the interview. She can't take the heat. So she sits on a show like this with Nana, who is just as awful. And then they can go back and forth with each other, just getting off on this whole Meghan hate train. They're wild.
In a lot of those countries, or if you do anything, because I've done TV shows in that sort of environment, you have to cover your shoulders.
Yes.
You
it
have to
doesn't
cover
mean
your
anything.
shoulders.
You just do it. You just do it and you behave very well.
You just
And
do
I
it
think,
and you
know, just
behave very
coming-
well. Who? This is what I'm saying. They think that they own her. You just do it and you behave very well. What is she, your little slave? This is a grown ass woman. Meghan is 40 plus fucking years old. You just do it and you just be well behaved. Who the F are you to tell anybody how to behave when you sit up on this damn TV every day and cut a complete fool and make yourself look completely loony day in and day out? So how are you going to tell somebody what they can and cannot and what they should and could not be doing? Angela. I can't believe these people are like being for real. I think it's the check. It has to be the check.
Down the side of your, it's absolutely awful. And she was very
Awful.
rude because one
She
of the
was
teachers
rude.
was talking to her, and there were two girls there, sort of joining in.
She's just
sort of,
making shit
politely.
up.
And she was bored. She went, looked up in the air, looked around, and she said, "Hi." And she then sort of pulled Harry, as she usually does. Because she was
Shut the
bored with that. She wanted someone who could then take nice pictures of her.
You
and
can't
Harry.
even.
And you think, my goodness, where are your manners?
Harry, he's back for a short while.
They're delusional. Like they're literally making shit up. She's making up that somehow Meghan pulled this woman away from Harry. There was cameras and pictures all around. Roll the B film. Put the tape up if that took place. What are you talking about, Angela? Like, you sound crazy. And you have this hate boner, this big old hate boner for Meghan Markle, and it's crazy. I've never seen anything like this shit, and I am so happy that they went and thrived on this tour. This is CBS.
After their split with the royal, a new chapter in the efforts of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to carve their own path after their split with the royal family. They just
They were
wrapped up
both
a trip
dancing.
to
Look at Harry
Nigeria
dancing.
in support of the Prince's Invictus Games for Wounded Warriors. The visit certainly had a royal feel, but
Yes.
as Holly Williams reports, there's no sign yet of a royal reconciliation.
It's not. Because the father is not
Harry
taking
and Meghan,
charge.
the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, spent 3 days in Nigeria using their celebrity to highlight the causes they care about. Harry played sitting volleyball with a group of disabled
Natural
athletes.
and like
Meghan
he's
spoke
sitting down
at a
playing
mental
volleyball.
leadership event, referencing
Can just
her
jump in and is
Nigerian
good at it. Oh, I
ancestry.
like that red dress she wore. That was cute too.
How gracious you've all been in welcoming my cousin. And
So, I mean, and there was one other thing I wanted to show with Tom Bauer talking about how the king doesn't even like going to Africa. Where is that video? Oh, here he goes.
I fear not. I mean,
I think he enjoys these occasions. Is he enjoying his new job as king?
I fear not. I mean, he never liked going to Africa. He was forced to go to Africa shortly before he became king because he neglected the Commonwealth. He liked going to the white Commonwealth countries. He liked going a lot to India.
Is that Tom Bauer saying that he liked going to the white Commonwealth? Gosh, what the fuck? And he had to be forced because he had neglected it. He had to be forced, meaning against your will. He does. Why would he say that about?
Avoided Africa if he could.
he avoided
Well,
Africa
just
if he
didn't find
could.
it if he could. But
Why?
Well, he just
Hold
to the
up.
white Commonwealth countries. He liked going a lot to India, but he avoided Africa if he could. But
Why?
Well, he just didn't find it culturally very interesting, whereas he was very interested in the culture of India. And the real
You don't find don't find Africa very interesting. Like, isn't Africa like the motherland, like the birthplace of fucking civilization? How is that not interesting to you? Doesn't Africa house like effing Egypt with like one of the greatest wonders of the effing world, like the fucking pyramids and old goddamn tombs of pharaohs and queens that lived centuries before us that did amazing fucking things that are like not even fucking discovered at this point, and you don't find that interesting? You rather go to India? I feel fucking sick. And this is Tom Bauer speaking in great confidence about this. Like, he has firsthand knowledge that this is truly how King Charles feels, that he rather not had to be forced to go to Africa.
he doesn't. Camilla doesn't like traveling long distances. I think he does find it very
Yeah, and we remember.
now. He doesn't look as if he's enjoying the job, having waited so long for it. But in the end, you see, the Commonwealth will fall apart unless he works hard at it.
Oh, why the fuck would this man sit up there and talk about? Isn't he supposed to be a supporter of King Charles? Didn't he write the revenge book talking shit about Meghan and Harry? I think that was Tom Bauer. I'm pretty sure it was. He's supposed to be on the King's team, and he blowing him out the water. Bauer, revenge. Yeah, he wrote the revenge book. Meghan and Harry and the war between the Windsors. He wrote the revenge book. I thought he was on the side of the royal family. Yeah, he just threw them all the way the fuck under the bus. I wonder if he's gonna get a call now that this is making its rounds, because that's horrible. How the fuck are you gonna say that? Like, that kind of made me want to throw up in my mouth. Like, that's so fucked. And we remember the picture, the lovely, lovely picture. You know, Tom just said it himself that Camilla does not like long travel, you know. And last October when they went to Kenya, this was the pretty little picture we had of Camilla. You remember that? Where she was sitting there absolutely scowling in the car. Okay, scowling. Completely upset and fucking miserable and not trying to hide it in any way, shape, or form. So I believe what Tom is saying. You know, if he wants to be believed in his book, I guess we should believe this too. But I'm just like, wow. Okay. And I was having sympathy for King Charles and giving him praise because, you know, with his cancer diagnosis, I commended him being very forthright, and I still wish him well in his recovery and getting better. I want, you know, the best for him in that way with his health. But when it comes to him not being able to unify his family, learning that, it's just like, okay, we got y'all's numbers. We got y'all's numbers. But I'm finally gonna go.